everybody, my name is Heather Finley and I am here today with some October book wrap-ups. I finished 5 books during the month of October. I wish I would have read more, but sometimes what can you do, right? The first book I finished was The Merciless by Danielle Vega. This is the story of a girl that is new to a school, high school. There's kind of 2 different groups. There's the unpopular girl that's kind of into some like devilly stuff, maybe. Then there's the popular girls that are all kind of like, we will save everybody. This book was a lot of action. Once you get into it, most of it takes place during the course of like one night. And it was a little bloody, and I don't know, I liked it okay. It wasn't like the greatest book ever, but it was very quick to read. If you're looking for something kind of like Exorcist-y, check it out. I mean, it was okay, but yeah, I don't know that I'll pick up the next book or not. After that, I read 172 Hours on the Moon by Johan Hardstad. This book is translated, I believe, from Norwegian. It is about 3 kids that win a contest that NASA is holding to go into space, because basically NASA has announced that there actually is a space station that's been up there all this time that we know nothing about, and yeah, they're trying to kind of pump money back into the program. This book was okay. It felt like a lot of setting up, and then all of a sudden the action was all really quick. And to be honest, there's another book called Ghost Planet. I forget exactly who it's by, but they had a little bit of a similar idea to them, but Ghost Planet is 100 times better. Like, I absolutely love that book, and I wish it would have been a whole trilogy because it's just so absolutely packed of awesomeness. This one, nah, and I don't know that it was necessarily like scary. There was some creepy stuff, but I was a little disappointed. It gets a lot of recognition for being a really good horror book set in space. And I was just kind of like, okay, like, I kind of figured out what was going to happen. And yeah, like I said, it was a lot of setup and not necessarily like learning a lot about anybody except for the younger characters. And then it just all happened. So maybe like 3.5 out of 5 stars if I had to rank it. So. Yeah, that's kind of this month. The book I finished after that was Touched by an Alien by Gina, I believe you pronounce her last name, Koch. This is about a woman who basically she's walking out of a courthouse and then all this crazy stuff goes down and she ends up killing this super crazy alien and then gets enlisted into this alien program thing that we didn't know about. I enjoyed this book a lot. The only thing I will say is that it was like over 400 pages long, and for what this was, it probably should have been like condensed down. There was a little bit of repetitiveness that started happening with the going after the bad guy kind of thing. So there was a few problems I had that I think could have been edited to make the script a little bit better. Like I said, condense it down. But overall, I did totally enjoy it. I liked that the main character, the girl, was kind of a comic book nerd, which is cool because there was another book I read this month too where they mentioned the lead character being a comic book nerd. So there's those kind of references. The guy was annoying because he was just super like dominant and telling her what to do and stuff, so that was kind of irritating. But I'd be interested to see what's up with the rest of the series. There's a lot of books in the series, so I will probably be continuing to read these at some point. I enjoyed the writing, I enjoyed the characters, a little on the long side, and I noticed the next book is kind of long too, but totally worth picking up. The 4th book I finished for the month was At the Water's Edge by Sarah Gruen. I did this one on audiobook. Sarah Gruen is the same person who wrote Water for Elephants. This is a story about a married couple and one of their friends that decide to go to Scotland. No, Scotland? Am I saying the wrong place? They go to where the Loch Ness Monster, or something similar to the Loch Ness Monster, has been reported, and they're there to try to prove what's happening, and the wife gets left quite a bit in the end, and it's kind of a contemporary story, I guess you'd say from there, contemporary fiction. Historical fiction, maybe, because it was set during World War II. Yeah, I really liked this book. It was definitely a slow burn building up to the end. It did have a lot of the historical stuff in it. I liked the Loch Ness element of it. Again, this kind of fit with my like monster theme of the month. And yeah, it was enjoyable. It was a little bit different than what I usually read. Definitely not a lot of action. The female character was historically accurate in that it was definitely like, oh, what does my husband want me to do? And kind of becoming, though, an independent person. So I really enjoyed it. If you're into kind of period pieces, check it out for sure. Sarah Groen is a fantastic writer. I absolutely loved Water for Elephants, and this is the second book I've checked out by her, and I really need to read. I think she has at least 1 or 2 more books, so I need to check those out too one of these days. The last book I finished of the month, the one that totally did not fit with my like Halloween scary kind of theme, was The Player by Claire Contreras. This is about a soccer player who is a player, totally a ladies' man kind of thing, that falls in love with this kind of shy New Yorker girl who is fighting for her neighborhood to not be taken over by a corporation. And I picked up this book because it had really good reviews. It had just come out in October, actually. And literally there was even references to Stranger Things on it. That's how like quick this was like written and put out. I loved this book. It was very well done in my opinion. I thought the lead character, again, this was a comic book nerd girl, which was awesome. There was references to like her talking about Bucky and Barnes from the comics and all that, Winter Soldier. So that I could relate to. I liked that our main character was a shy character, because a lot of times with female leads in books, you get just the powerhouse type character all the time, which I love that because I think I relate to that more so than the quiet, shy characters. But it's nice as a change of pace to have that quieter character, that more laid back kind of feel, and she was a good juxtaposition with the guy that was supposed to be this playboy type character, and you know, them coming into a relationship and some hardships and some different stuff like travel and stuff. So yeah, I really liked this book, and I would highly recommend checking it out if you're into romances. I have a weird thing that I actually like sports romances, as I'm wearing a sports shirt here, but I do read a lot of hockey. Oh, that wasn't cool. Sorry. I do read a lot of hockey romances, but as I was looking up some hockey romances, I stumbled across this one, and I'm glad I did. I want to check out more by this author. So there we go. There is October, November. I don't quite know what all I'm going to be reading yet, besides the fact that I do want to read the first book by Lauren Graham from Gilmore Girls, because I'm so excited about that coming out. Unfortunately, her newer book doesn't come out until way at the end of the month, so that'll probably be like a December read. To get around to new Nicholas Sparks one, I don't know what else. Some stuff off my reading list that I meant to do this year. So yeah, let me know what you guys read last month. Let me know what you're reading now, and I'll be back soon with lots of new videos.